Hello everyone. We welcome you all to the Zoho Creator Insights webinar. I am Vinitha from the Zoho Creator Solution Experts team. Today in the Insight webinar, we are going to see about an interesting topic. It is not only an interesting topic, but it also a trending topic for the current time. So the webinar is going to be about enhancing efficiency of the creator applications using artificial intelligence. And I thank you everyone for joining me here. So before starting with the webinar, I would like to share some general instructions. So this webinar will be hosted in a Zoho product called Zoho Backstage, and all the attendees will be on mute. Please feel free to post your questions over the question tab so that either me or the co-trainer will be answering them. Post this session, a recording of the webinar will be sent to all the attendees. And at the end of the session, you will be receiving a survey link. Please feel free to post your feedback and comments, which will be beneficial for us. So without further ado, let's dive into the session. The agenda for today's session is going to be, first we will be seeing an introduction about what is AI, and then we will be looking into some common examples and use cases of AI. Then we will see what are all the advantages and disadvantages of using artificial intelligence. After that, we will be seeing how artificial intelligence is used in Zoho Creator in different ways to smarten the applications. So inside Zoho Creator, artificial intelligence is used in different ways, such as artificial intelligence fields. We have a set of deluge tasks specific to AI and so on. And then we will be having a demo in Creator in between each of these topics. So before getting into the topic, let me speak a few words about Zoho Creator. So Zoho Creator is a low coding platform upon which customized applications can be built easily and quickly. Here we will not be having any traditional method. So one need not be a programming expert to develop applications in Zoho Creator. And in this session, we will be seeing how to make the developed applications much more smartened by using artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is making a system or an application capable of performing the tasks which are performed by humans. AI works based upon logics and algorithms that are configured at the backend. Based upon the historical data, the AI models can be aligned accordingly and the system can take decisions based upon the models that are created. As we all might be aware, AI is trending nowadays. It is being used in several industries like healthcare, manufacturing, entertainment, and so on. Now let's discuss some simple use cases of AI. This will help you in understanding how AI makes your work simple. So the first one is prediction. Using an AI model, you can predict future data. That sounds amazing, right? Yes, based upon the historical data, the future can be predicted using AI. Some of the examples are based upon the previous day's climate data, future weather can be forecasted, and that is weather forecasting. There will be few parameters which influences the weather, right? And based upon those parameters in the past, the future data can be predicted. Similarly, future sales can be predicted based upon the historical sales data and the parameters which influences the sales, and that is called as sales forecasting. Let us consider one more use case of AI. This is about sentiment analysis of AI. Using this AI model, we will be able to detect what sentiment is being used in a particular statement or a paragraph. Let me give you a perfect example for this. Consider you're running a feedback survey. The survey may be something about your new product launch, or it might be about your service, and so on. The responses that you receive for the survey will be huge in number. In that case, if you wish to concentrate only on the negative surveys to check your areas of improvement, this sentiment analysis helps you a lot. Using this AI, you may just identify which are all the feedbacks that are positive, negative, and neutral, and you may filter only the neutral statements, and you may concentrate on the negative statements and improve your business accordingly. And this saves a huge amount of time. One another use case of AI is about using OCR model. So OCR is nothing but extracting text from images. Again, I can give you a similar use case so that you may relate accordingly. First, let's take the use case of invoice processing. So consider you have manual invoices which needs to be fed to your computer. So instead of feeding them manually, which takes a large amount of time, you may just take a picture of it and you may upload them and show that the text from the image which has the invoice details like invoice number, the vendor name, the invoice date, and so on can be extracted, and those extracted text can be fed into the system accordingly. And one more example use case is business card digitization. So consider you're hosting an event about your product. You will be receiving n number of visitors who will be dropping their business cards. So if you wish to feed all this customer data to your system, you may just click a picture of the card and you may upload them so that the visitors' contacts will be updated. So let's speak about the advantages and disadvantages of AI. So as a coin has two sides, there are some advantages and disadvantages in AI, and that is considering this in general. So AI is used to reduce human error. Yes, in the above said examples, error might occur while filing the invoices manually. But in case of AI, there is no space for error. And based on the trained model, decisions can be taken accordingly by the AI itself. And it can work 24/7 tirelessly. And considering the drawbacks, we will be definitely depending upon a machine. It can do only the work that is allotted for them. And of course, it doesn't have any emotions or ethics. It works the way that it is programmed. Now let's see how AI is used in Zoho Creator. So we can build AI in Zoho Creator without using a single piece of code. Yes, it is a no-code AI builder. And AI in Zoho Creator is powered by Zia, which is the artificial intelligence tool of Zoho that works at the backend. The AI works based upon historical data, or else you may also train the AI model specifying how that should work. You may refer the flow here. So either you can just post your historical data and you can just train the model, and whenever a new data is given as input, the output can be extracted through that model. Else you may just customize your own model, and whenever a new input is given to the custom model, it provides you the output. And by adding AI, you may create smart applications in Zoho Creator. Now coming to the comparison of traditional AI and no-code AI. It is really a tough process to build an AI using traditional methods. This will also consume a lot of time, and the implementation process is of course complex. Also, all the organization will not be having ready ML experts. Coming to the no-code AI, it is definitely effortless to use. There is no coding required here, and you can just click and configure the AI actions. And here there is no programming expertise that is required. Also, the time consumed to build an AI is very, very less when compared to the traditional methods. Moving forward, we will look into the different ways how AI is used in Zoho Creator. So artificial intelligence is used as form fields in Zoho Creator. And here form fields works based either on the ready to use model or by training a custom model of your needs. Apart from that, we have a set of deluge tasks in Zoho Creator specific to AI. Moreover, while importing data to Zoho Creator, Zia plays a vital role. Again, Zia is the artificial intelligence tool which works at the backend. And while importing data, it plays a role and identify the respective fields in Zoho Creator based upon the data that is getting imported. And that is how forms are created in Zoho Creator. Also, in Zoho Creator C6 version, we all might be aware that Zoho Analytics is bootstrapped as a bundle. So in Zoho Analytics, we have a feature called Ask Zia, using which we can ask questions to the system based upon the data that is imported to the analytics. And here Zia acts as a bot and replies to all your questions. So these are the ways AI is being used in Zoho Creator. So let's discuss them one by one. First, let's see about the AI fields that are available in Zoho Creator. There are 5 different Zoho artificial intelligence fields in Zoho Creator. They are the prediction field, keyword extraction field, sentiment analysis field, OCR, and object detection field. Let me show you where these fields are available in Zoho Creator. So this is the C6 dashboard which we have, in which all the created solutions will be listed. So I have an application created in this particular account, and here I have a form created with a multi-line field and an image field. So I'm just entering the edit mode of this application by right-clicking this and opening it in a new tab, which takes me to the back end of the application. And here I'm opening the form builder where forms can be customized by including the required fields. And all the different fields will be listed at the left side palette, that is the field palette. And here we have a set of basic fields, we have a set of advanced fields, special fields, and finally we have the AI fields here. So all the fields here will be working on models at the back end. So the model should be trained first, which we will be seeing in the upcoming slides. So once a model is trained, a particular field can be used based upon the trained model. So whenever you drag and drop any field here, it will ask you whether to use a custom model or a ready to use model. So first model should be created, and based upon that particular model, the AI fields will be working. Let us take a quick overview of the AI fields that are available in Zoho Creator. So the first one is a prediction field, and this works based upon historical data. The data used to train the model may be application data or data from any external CSV file. And the second one is the sentiment analysis field, which is used to analyze a sentiment in a given statement or sentence. So it identifies the statement to be as positive or negative or neutral. Then we have the keyword extraction field, which is used to extract only the important keywords within a statement or sentence. This is used in cases where summaries needs to be extracted from a long paragraph. And as discussed in the use cases, we have the OCR field, which is used to extract text from an image. And then we have the object detection field, which detects and identifies the object that is uploaded to a image field in Zoho Creator. And as mentioned previously, all the AI fields in Zoho Creator works based on AI modeler. Let us see how to build AI models and use them in the form fields. And when we decide to build a custom model, we can just either train our own custom model, else we can use the pre-built or default model that is readily available. Here in this slide, we could see an example of building a custom prediction model. So we can specify whether to train this model based upon the historical data that is available in the application or any other external CSV files. Also, we will be setting the parameters based on which the model has to be trained, which we will be specifying under the field selection. So we will be seeing how to train a prediction model in the demo session. And this slide shows an example how to build a custom OCR model. So here I can tag the required text that needs to be extracted from an image. Here in this image is a screenshot of an invoice. So in this image, if I wish to extract the invoice number, the date of invoice, and so on, some of the required values which I want to extract, you can just tag that in the image, and so any similar layouts, the required text can be extracted using the trained model. Let us see how to use the AI fields in Zoho Forms. Let's see how to train the custom models and also how to use a default model in Zoho Creator. So first, let's see about how to create a prediction model and how to use it in the Zoho Creator as an AI field. So in this application, which I have mentioned, so I have a weather form here, which has several set of parameters influencing the weather, like minimum temperature, maximum temperature, humidity, rainfall, and based upon that data, it has the historical data imported to that as well. And here we have fields called rain, will it rain tomorrow or will it rain today too? And based upon the data, that is the parameters which influences the climate, it shows whether that there's rained on that particular date or not. So based upon this historical data, I'm going to create a custom model now. So for creating a custom model, we will be heading to the C6 dashboard, And here we have the microservices tab under which models can be created. So here all the list of AI models will be available. And if you wish to create a new model, you may click at create new here. And I wish to create a new AI model. So I'm selecting AI model here. And this time I'm going to build a custom prediction model, right? So I'm going to select prediction here. I'm going to name the model name as weather prediction. Else we can rename it as predict weather. And I'm going to create a model. So here it will ask you for the option whether you wish to train the model based upon the application data, or if we have any historical data in an external CSV file, we can just also upload that. So I wish to train my model based upon the application data which I have in this particular weather form inside the application artificial intelligence webinar. So I'm going to select the application name here, which is artificial intelligence webinar. The form name is going to be weather. And I'm clicking at next here. So here we can just select which field needs to be predicted. So I want to predict whether it will rain tomorrow or not. And here you will be specifying the multiple parameters which influences the weather. So for example, I'm selecting maximum temperature, minimum temperature, humidity at 3 p.m. and 9 a.m. and humidity at 3 p.m. here. So based upon the selected parameters, the model can be trained. You may add multiple number of parameters here. And when you click at next, it will be asking whether you wish to train the model based upon all the records, or if you have any criteria, you can just specify that here. So in our case, I'm going to specify the model based upon all the records. And I'm going to click at next. So it will show you a summary of the model name, what is the field that we are going to predict, and what are all the depending parameters, and what is the criteria that is selected. And I'm going to click at train model here. So the model training will be taking a couple of minutes, and the time will be based upon the number of records that we are using to train the model. So we have around 366 records here, and based upon that, the model is getting trained. Also, based upon the number of parameters which we specify, this time varies. So for example, we have selected only 4 parameters. If we use more parameters, it will take a bit more time, but the accuracy will be increasing. So based upon the number of parameters, the accuracy will be increasing. So let's give a few minutes for the model to be trained. And once this model is trained, we can just test the model by giving the input parameters, and we can check whether it is giving the exact output. And once we get the desired output, we can just publish this model and we can use it in any application within this account. So the model is trained successfully, and it shows you a summary here. So the trained data count is 366 records, and the accuracy is 91%. And when we add more parameters here, that is the dependent fields here, the accuracy will be increasing. And I'm going to publish this model now. So I'm clicking at publish model and clicking at publish here. And the model has been published successfully. So I'm going to select the application here inside which I'm going to use this. So I'm going to use it in the same form which we have created. So we have the weather form here, right? So inside the same form, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to select the application as artificial intelligence webinar, and the form name is weather. And I'm going to click at use model. So this redirects automatically to the form builder page. And here we can see the base field, that is the field we are going to predict, is disabled here, and the field is rain tomorrow. And these are the parameters that needs to be given as input. And I'm clicking at next here, and I can rename the prediction field here. So I'm going to rename it as will it rain tomorrow. And this is going to be the AI field that is going to be implemented in the form. And I'm clicking at add field here. So this is the prediction field that is added now. So I'm just going to rename it, rearrange it in such a way we can just test the output accordingly. So These are the 4 inputs that we are going to give, and we are going to get the output in the will it rain tomorrow field. I'm just coming back to the live mode of the application here, and I'm doing a quick refresh here. So you can see here, this is the prediction field that is added to the live mode now, and you can see the field is disabled. Yes, we cannot be giving any inputs to the AI field. It will be extracting the output and it will display you the output. So here I'm going to specify some inputs. So the minimum temperature is going to be 37 and maximum temperature is 43, and the humidity, let it be 100, and humidity at 3 p.m. let it be 30. So you can see here, will it rain tomorrow gives you an output as yes. And based on the, if we change the parameters accordingly, it will show you the output accordingly. So this is how it works. Let me change the maximum temperature with decreased one, some more less than this. So based upon the parameters which we give here, the will it rain field will be changing. If the based upon the historical data, it will be changing accordingly. So this is how you will be training a custom model, and you will be using it inside Zoho Creator as an AI field. And for the next use case, I'm going to use an OCR field. So we will be seeing how to build a custom model for OCR, and then we will see how to use the ready to use models of OCR as well, and the ready to use models of object detection as well. So I have split this demo into 3 different parts for easy understanding. So in the first part, we will be building a custom model to extract the required text from the invoice image. So in this slide, you may see that we have uploaded an image, and because of the custom trained model which worked at the back end, all the required text are being extracted from the image accordingly. So let us see a quick demo for that. So you can see based upon this particular invoice that is uploaded, the vendor's address, the vendor's contact number, invoice number, and terms and conditions, everything is being extracted. Let me show you this invoice as well, which we are going to upload for the custom model. So this is the invoice format which we have. So I'm going to upload that to Zoho Creator's image field, and I'm going to retrieve the text like invoice number, the address of the vendor, and the vendor name, or the terms and conditions, and so on. So let's see how to do that. For this, I'm going to create a new custom model again. And for that, I'm heading to the microservices tab. And under microservices tab, I'm going to create a new model, and that is going to be an AI model. And this time I'm going to use OCR here. So I'm going to name the model as OCR for webinar. And I'm going to train based upon invoices. So there are some pre-built categories mentioned here. So I'm going to train the model based upon invoices. So I'm just selecting that as the training data, and I'm going to create a model here. So here I can just specify the field name which I'm going to extract from the image. So I'm going to extract the invoice number, and the data type can be selected accordingly. So it is going to be a number field. So I'm going to select it as number. And after that, you may add the required data which you're going to extract. So for example, I'm going to extract the vendor name. I can just select that as well. And the data type is going to be text. So these are the 2 fields I'm going to extract from the image. And here I'm going to click at next. And in the next tab, it will be asking for the images to be uploaded to train the model. A minimum of 5 images of the similar layout should be uploaded for the model to be trained. So in this particular folder, we have 6 invoices. I'm going to train the model based upon the first 5 invoices, and I'm going to get the output by using the 6th invoice. So I'm going to upload the images here, and here the sample invoices I'm going to upload. So these are the 5 images I'm uploading here. Yes, so all the 5 images are uploaded, and I'm going to click at next. So here in this particular tab, you will be specifying which tag you're going to extract from the image. So for example, we have specified 2 tags, right? Invoice number and vendor name. When you click at the image, it will display the added tags. So this is the invoice number. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to select this person as the vendor name. So like this, you can just specify in all the 5 invoices which you have added. So let me add that. Coming to the third invoice, I'm adding the invoice number and I'm specifying the vendor name, and the fourth invoice and the vendor name, and the fifth invoice and the vendor name accordingly. So all the 5 images have been tagged successfully now. So I'm going to click at next. So it will show you a summary. So we have trained the OCR model, and the number of images uploaded are 5, and we have added tags for all the 5 images. And when we click at train model, the model will be trained based upon the images that are uploaded. Let me show you a pre-configured model, because as train model will take a couple of minutes, and due to time constraint, let me show a pre-configured model which we have constructed using the similar way. So let me close this. I have added a pre-configured model in the name of invoice with notes. So let me show how this is being added. So I'm editing this model. So you can see here, I'm going to extract 5 different fields from the images. So I'm going to get the delivery vendor address, delivery vendor's contact number, his name, and invoice number, and terms and conditions. So these are the text we are going to extract. This is the data type that I have specified. And you can see I have added the same 5 images here. And I have tagged all the 5 inputs that we are going to, that is output we are going to extract. That is the invoice number, the address, the vendor name, contact number, and terms and conditions. So these are the things that we are going to extract. So I just tagged that in all the 5 images. And this is the particular summary of the model which we have trained. So now I have trained the customized model, that is the OCR model, and I'm going to use that within Zoho Creator. For that, let me step into the application. So here in this application, I have a form called Invoice Part 1. Let me open the edit mode in a new tab. So it enters the form builder here, and I'm going to open the form builder. So in this particular form, I have a image upload field to which the invoice will be uploaded. And based on that, I'm going to extract all the 5 outputs. So here I'm going to use an AI field that is going to be the OCR field. And I'm going to use a custom OCR field which we have built just now, right? And the field and the name is, model name is going to be invoice with notes. So I'm going to specify that, and I'm going to click at next. And this is the image upload field based on which the OCR model is going to be applied. I'm going to click at next again. And these are the 5 outputs that we are going to get. Since we have specified text data type, it will show you whether it is a single, you want it to have it as a single line or a multi-line field. For address and terms and conditions, I'm going to use it as multi-line field. And again, for number fields, it will show you different number fields, that is the different fields with the data type as number, like number, decimal, currency, and percentage. So I'm going to use the number field here, and I'm going to click at add field. So 5 fields will be added. So all these are OCR fields will be added to your form builder. And when I do a quick refresh in the live mode, so you can see here, all the 5 fields have been added to the form based upon the trained model. So let's see how this works now. So I'm going to upload the 6th invoice to the image upload field, and I'm clicking at open here. So you can see here the delivery vendor address, contact number, the delivery person's name, invoice number, and the terms and conditions have been extracted from the image accordingly. So based on the tag that we have given in the images, all those text has been extracted. So you may just submit the data accordingly. So instead of making manual feeds here, you may just use the OCR field, and you can just extract the data from the images accordingly. So that is how you will be using you will be training a custom model, and you will be using that custom model inside AI field of Zoho Creator. So let's consider the demo part 2, that is about, again, it is going to be about invoice processing. And here I'm going to showcase how to use the ready to use model of Zoho Creator's AI. So in this form, I have an image upload field. And when an image is uploaded to this field, the ready to use object detection model automatically detects that the uploaded object, that is the uploaded image, is a mouse. Also, the ready to use OCR model extracts the brand name as Logitech from the image and it will be showing it in the OCR field. So instead of using a custom field, in this case, I have used a ready to use model. Let me show you how to use that as well. So I have invoice part 2 form here, and here again I have a image upload field. So let me open the edit mode of this in a new tab. I'm opening the form builder, and again I'm going to use AI fields. So first I'm going to use the OCR field, and this time it is going to be a ready to use model instead of a custom model. So I'm going to select ready to use here, and I'm clicking at next. So based upon this field, the AI should be applied. So I'm just going to select the image upload field here. As we have only one image field in this form, I'm going to use that. And the output is going to be a OCR field. So you can just rename the OCR field as well as per your desired name. So I'm going to extract the brand name here from the image that is getting uploaded, right? So I'm going to select that as brand name, rename that as brand name. And I'm going to use a ready to use object detection model as well. So this is a ready to use model. And this also going to work upon the image field that we have in the form. And I'm going to add that field. And I'm going to rename this as product. Now I'm coming back to the live mode of the application. And I'm doing a quick refresh here. And here I'm going to upload a mouse image which I have in my local system. So this is the image that I'm going to upload to the field. So let me do that. So I'm going to select the image and I'm clicking at open. So you can see here the brand name Logitech has been extracted from the image as well as the object is detected to be mouse here. So this again saves time. So whenever there is an invoice, you can just customize you can use the AI fields to extract the data accordingly. So that is how AI fields work. And let us see the next way how AI is used in Zoho Creator. It is used in form, that is, it is used in the form of deluge tasks. Yes, we have a set of deluge tasks specific to AI in Zoho Creator. So the list of deluge tasks available in Zoho Creator are analyze sentiment AI deluge task, which analyzes the sentiment in a given paragraph or text similar to the AI sentiment analysis field. That is the AI field which we saw just before, right? Similar to that, it will be analyzing the sentiment and it will be giving you the output. Either it is a neutral statement or a positive statement or a negative statement. And then we have the predict language AI deluge task. So this task is used to identify the language in a particular sentence or a paragraph. And there are about 60 plus languages that can be identified using this deluge task. And then we have the pass phone number AI deluge task. So this task is used to retrieve a limited amount of information about a particular phone number which is given as input. For example, it helps us to get the national format of the phone number, international format of that number, the service provider of that number, the time zone at which the particular mobile number is being used. And then we have the recognize text AI deluge task. And this works similar to the OCR field, which we discussed just before. So using this deluge task, you may just extract the text from an image. Similarly, we have the find name entities deluge task, which is used to identify a list of things. So it may be a person, it may be a name, animal, bird, and some other list of categories that are supported. So if there are any such categories within a sentence, it identifies them as a person, it identifies it as a name, and so on. There is a list of categories that is supported. And for all these deluge tasks, we have respective help documents which will be shared by my co-host in the chat panel. And then we have the parse address deluge task, which will automatically split the city, state, pin code, country, and much more within a whole address. Moreover, we have a translate deluge task to translate a sentence or paragraph to a specific language. Let me show you the help document for this translate deluge task. You can see here, so this is the syntax for configuring the translate deluge task. So what we give as input, you can just specify that here, and to which particular language, if you wish to transfer it, that can also be specified here. And source language is a optional parameter. So you may specify that, else you may leave that as empty. And you may just transport to, that is, you translate to any of these particular languages like English, German, Chinese, and so on. Let me show you an example for this. So you can see here, this particular sentence has been translated to Spanish. So ES is nothing but, it is for denoting Spanish. So this is the deluge task which is configured, and let's see the response for that. You can see here, this has been translated accordingly. So this is how we will be getting the response, from which you can just get only the data that which we require. So that is about the translate deluge task. And similarly, we have a keyword extraction AI field and object detection AI deluge task, which works similar to the AI fields. That is, we have the keyword extraction AI field and object detection AI field, right? Like that, we can also extract keywords and detect objects using the AI deluge tasks as well. And as the latest update, which we have in AI deluge task, is the detect face AI deluge task. Yes, we can upload an image of a person and detect certain parameters like gender, the pose, emotion, number of faces that are in the image, and so on. And in this particular screenshot, you can see the AI deluge task demo, which we are going to see now. I've just given a screenshot about the task which we are going to perform. So in this screenshot, I have used two deluge tasks. They are the parse address deluge task and the translate AI deluge task. So in the first demo, if you could remember, we have extracted the vendor's address, right? And that is extracted from the invoice using the OCR field. That is a whole address stored in a single field here. Now consider, I would like to get only the state or city and country, and I want to auto-populate to the respective fields here. So in this case, parse address AI deluge task can be used, and automatically the city, country, and state will be detected, and it can be auto-populated to the other fields. Similarly, for the second case, we have used translate AI deluge task. So we have also extracted terms and conditions from the invoice, right? By using the translate deluge task, we can translate that to the required language. So in this slide, you can see the notes and conditions. First, that was extracted is in English language, right? And then later using the AI deluge task, it can be translated to Spanish as well as to Portugal and several other supported languages. Now let us see a demo on how to use these tasks. So let me open the invoice part 3 form. Here, which we have the image upload field, I'm going to upload the invoice image here. And the address and the required data will be extracted by, as we have used the custom OCR model, right? So based upon the custom OCR model, the address has been populated to a single field here. So we are going to apply the deluge task, that is the AI parse address deluge task over this particular field to pass the address, and we are going to get the city, state, and country, and we are going to store that to the respective fields. So let me first showcase the deluge task over a custom function, as it will be easy for us to demonstrate the output on execution of the script. So to create a custom function, I'm opening the workflow tab in a new window, and here I have the functions tab, and I'm going to create a new function here. Let me name the function as AI deluge task. let the namespace be default, and I'm going to click at create function. And we are going to use the AI deluge task here. Let me open the respective help document. The task we are going to use is pass address deluge task. And this is the syntax for that. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it here within the custom function that we have created. So now we are going to add inputs here. So we are going to script in such a way as per the syntax. So I'm going to name the variable to which the data has to be stored as a response. And here I'm going to start my scripting part. And AI is being used in this deluge task. And when you place a dot after this AI script variable, you can see all the available deluge tasks being listed as a pop-up. So I'm going to use the pass address deluge task so that the syntax will be auto-populated. So here we should be giving an input of the wholesome address which we have. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the whole address which we have in this particular field that is extracted, and I'm going to use it here. And that should be passed as a string, so I'm including a double quotes here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to info the response which I'm receiving on execution of the AI deluge task. Let me zoom the screen as well so that you can see the script. Yes. So this is the script that I've used. I've used the AI pass address deluge task and I've passed the wholesome address here. Let's see how the output is. I'm going to save the script and I'm going to execute it. So we have received the output as a list of maps here. So we have a data map inside which we have an item map. And again, inside this items map, we have a list of key value pairs. So we are going to get the country, city, and state from this particular response. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this response and I'm going to use a JSON parser to show the data. So this is the response that I have pasted. So you can see here, this is the data that has been extracted. So it shows in a structured way so that you can have a better understanding. So we have the data map here. Inside the data map, we have the items map. And inside the items map, we have several key value pairs like country, road, state, and so on. Inside this, we are going to get the country and then the city and then the state. So for this, I'm going to use the get built-in function, which we have in Zoho Creator. So let's see how to use that function. First, I'm going to get the value that is stored inside data map, right? So I'm just going to specify the key here so that the value will be extracted. And then after that, I'm going to specify the items map here. And then after that, as it has a list of maps, list of key value pairs, I'm going to use the getJSON built-in function here. That is to extract the city option here. So first I am getting the data and then I'm getting the items. And after that, I'm getting the value that is stored inside city. So this is what I have scripted now. I'm saving the script and executing that. So you can see here the city is extracted automatically now because of this deluge task. Similarly, you can just use a state here and country here to extract the required output. Let me copy the syntax now. And instead of having this in a custom function, I'm going to configure this on this particular form submission so that whenever this form is submitted, automatically the field should be saved to the city, state, country, and so on. So I'm going to create a workflow now. And this workflow is going to be configured based upon the invoice part 3 form. So I'm going to select the form here. And this has to happen both on created or edited. And this has to happen on successful form submission. I'm going to name the workflow as AI deluge task. And I'm going to add a custom action that is going to be a deluge script here. So instead of a hard-coded value here, I'm going to specify the field which we have in the form. So I'm going to pass this address stored in the delivery vendor address field, right? So I'm going to specify the field name here. The output which we get, I'm going to store into the respective fields. So for example, the city data, I'm going to store that to the vendor city field. And similarly, I'm going to save the state data to. I'm just going to copy this syntax and paste it here. And I'm going to extract the state. And also, I'm going to extract the country and store that to the respective field. So this will automatically extract the required text and populate it to the respective fields once the form is submitted. And the second AI deluge task which we saw is about the translate AI deluge task, right? Let's do that as well in the same workflow. So I have a pre-configured script here. Due to time constraint, let me post that here. So I'm going to use the translate deluge task as well. You can see here, this is the translate deluge task that has been used. What I'm specified here is, I'm going to store that to a response again. Let me use some other variable here. Let it be response1 because previously used the same response name. So you can see here, I'm going to get the input that is stored in the notes and terms and conditions field. And I'm going to translate that to Spanish. And the output we are receiving, I'm just using the same get function, and I'm getting the desired, that is the Spanish word, Spanish translation, and I'm just inputting that to the required field. So here I'm going to auto-populate that to notes in Spanish field. Similarly, I have another deluge task that is being used, that is the same deluge task being used to translate to Portuguese, based upon the same field, that is the notes, terms and conditions. And I'm going to input this to the notes in Portuguese field. So you got an idea. So in this AI translate deluge task, I have just used the input that we receive in the notes and terms and conditions field, and I'm going to auto-populate to the respective Spanish and Portuguese fields. So we have the notes in Spanish and notes in Portuguese fields here. On form submissions, this data should be, this AI deluge task should be triggered and it should be giving the desired output. So let me do a quick refresh. And after that, I'm going to upload the image again. And based upon the custom OCR field, it will be extracting us the required data. And when we submit this form, the AI deluge task will be triggered to auto-populate all these fields. So I'm submitting this form. The deluge task is being triggered. And when I open the report here, you can see here, the city has been extracted, state, country, and Spanish translation has been done, and even Portuguese translation has been done. So all the AI deluge task has been worked as per desired way. And let me show you a consolidated output of the AI task which we have performed so far, so that you will be getting an idea how AI has reduced our manual work. So in this consolidated output screenshot, I will be just uploading two image fields, right? That is the invoice image and the product image field. And automatically all the rest of the fields will be auto-populated because of the artificial intelligence Zia working at the back end. So this reduces much more manual work for us. So this is called as invoice processing through AI. The next way how AI is being used in Zoho Creator is the smart import. While importing your data to Zoho Creator application, Zia, the artificial intelligence tool, plays an important role and helps you in importing the data. Let us see how AI works while importing the data. While importing the data, the fields will be auto-assigned based on the data that is getting imported. And simple Excel functions can be auto-imported as formulas to Zoho Creator. And it automatically shows you smart suggestions about the inconsistent spellings, missing values or duplicate values. And then we have the refined data to correct the spellings, else to split or merge the address fields or name fields, and so on. There are several options that is available under refined data, which we will be seeing in the next slide. And we have restructured data options, which will automatically suggest you how to structure your data while importing. And if there are any HTML coded entities, Zia will automatically decode them during import. Also, during import, based upon the data that is getting imported, Zia automatically suggests you to have lookup fields if there are similar data in the different sheets that are getting imported. So in this slide, you may see there are two different sheets as items and sales data. Both have the data as category. So Zia suggests us to have a lookup field on one form based on the other form. Zia also suggests how to structure data while importing them. In this zip file, you may find the data that is getting imported as a single file. But Zia suggested us to have that as three different forms, having them related through lookups for better data modeling. The most significant feature while importing the data is the refined data that is powered by Zia. So we may refine the data that we have before importing it to the creator. So the data can be refined in the following ways. So we can just fix the missing or the duplicate values. Either we can just remove them, or we can also leave them as empty, or else we also have an option to choose the replace value. Also, we can fix inconsistent spellings within a specific column. Also, we can split or merge the address or the name fields. Like address fields can be splitted to city, state, and country, and name fields can be splitted or merged as first name and last name. And then if we have any phone numbers in a column, we can just standardize them by adding country code and so on. And if we have date and time format, we can also standardize that to the required format while importing. And in this slide, there is an example for refining data. So while importing the data, there is a column called items sold, which has several clusters of values. Like it has various spellings and various formats for the word laptop. So we can use a replace value to correct all the incorrect values in the data while importing itself. And simple Excel functions can be automatically converted to the Zoho Creator's formula field, and also the formula can be desired to the formula can be configured as per the Zoho Creator's format. So here in this slide, you may see an average calculated in the Excel sheet using a Excel function. The same when imported converts to a formula field, and not only that, the formula is also configured in Zoho Creator's format. And that also happens because of Zia. Let us see a demo by importing data to Zoho Creator to understand how Zia helps us. So I'm coming back to the application and closing the remaining tabs here. And I'm opening the edit mode of the application in a new tab. And I'm going to import a data which I have in my local system. So this is the Excel file which I'm going to import here, which has 4 different sheets. So the first 3 different sheets consist about the sales data and the salesperson and the items. And we can see the category column here being included in the item sheet as well as in the sales data sheet. And the fourth sheet has a list of numbers upon which some simple Excel functions have been applied to find the sum between the numbers, as well as some other Excel functions to find the average between the numbers. So let's import this sheet to Zoho Creator and see how that works. So I'm going to create a form, and that is going to be import with data, and I'm going to select the file which I have in my system. So the file name is Smart Import. I'm going to click at Open here. So you can see here it shows a smart suggestions about the inconsistent spellings, about the missing values, and so on. I'm just closing this pop-up as of now, and I'm entering the refined data column, inside which you can just fix the inconsistent spellings or duplicate rows, missing values, and so on. Let me show you an example here by using the fix inconsistent spelling column. And the column I'm going to use here is color of the item. So you can see here the clusters are grouped here. So there are different formats being used for crimson color. So I'm going to specify the value which I desire as replace value here, and I'm going to click at replace. So you can see here 10 cells are being replaced with the replace value which we have specified. So that is about refining data, and we also saw about the smart suggestions. And coming to the design part, you can see here, as there are similar data in 2 sheets, you can see here it automatically suggests us to create a lookup between these sheets. And apart from that, we have the number sheet also been imported here, and you can see here it is being imported as a formula field, and not only that, the formula is being also been configured as per the creator format. So let me create this, click at create and show you the output of this. Yes, the forms are created. I'm going to do a quick refresh in the live mode. So you can see here all the 4 sheets are being imported as 4 new forms in Zoho Creator. And you can see here the Excel formula, the Excel function has been imported as formula fields here. So it gives you the output as per the created formula. So this is how import works, that is smart import works, and Zia helps you while importing the data. The last but not the least feature of AI is Ask Zia. So we all might be aware that Zoho Analytics is bootstrapped with Zoho Creator in its latest C6 version. In Zoho Analytics, we may either import or we may import the creator data, or else we can also import any external data to analyze them in depth. The Ask Zia feature is where we can just ask questions related to the imported data to the system, and the questions can be asked in our own natural language. This need not be meaningful questions. And Zia understands that and replies us with the right answer spontaneously. So let me show how this works. So I have some raw data imported to Zoho Analytics in this slide. And you may find the screenshot which shows the responses that I received from Zia. So you can see here the questions are in our own natural language. There is no proper meaning in this question. But even though Zia answers us spontaneously. Let's see how this works by having a demo. So for this, I'm going to use Zoho Analytics. So I'm heading to the Zoho Creator C6 dashboard. And here in this particular solution, I have imported the data to Zoho Analytics. So let me show you the raw data first. So this is the raw data that is being imported. So we have the product name in our column, categories, and what are all the units sold, what is the total order amount, and so on. I'm going to use the Ask Zia feature now, and it may be used as a conversation mode, or you can also turn it off, and you can post your questions here. So if you turn the conversation mode, it acts as a bot. So here I'm going to ask questions based upon the sales data which I have. So I'm going to get what are all the different categories, distinct different categories which I have in this column. So I'm going to ask that as a question. So I'm going to specify type of categories. And when I press enter, you can see here these are the 3 different distinct categories which we have, that is computer appliances, other spares, and home appliances. Let's ask some other question like total units sold. And you can see here the total units sold column will be summed up and it will be shown as a result here. And not only it will be giving result as a text data type, it also shows graphical data representation spontaneously. Let me show you an example for that. I want to get the units sold based upon different categories, and I want that as an illustration. That is a graphical illustration. Let's specify that units sold based on categories. I press enter key. You can see here a bar graph has been automatically driven here. And when you hover your mouse, it shows different categories. Computer appliances, there are 50 units sold. And for home appliances, again, there are 29. And for other spares, it is 19. So you may receive the responses instantly, and that is the power of Zia. So that is how AI is used in different ways inside Zoho Creator to power your applications. And with that, we came to the end of the session. We have reached the Q&A session now, where I will be happy to answer any questions you may have. Please feel free to submit your questions in the question panel. Also, we request everyone to spend a few minutes to share your valuable feedback, which will be really useful for us. And for all the new users, you may try Zoho Creator for free by signing up at the provided URL. It is zoho.com/creator. So if you have any other questions, you may feel free to post them over the question panel. And with that, we came to an end of this webinar. Hope so the session was interesting and informative. Once again, I thank you everyone for joining us in this session. Have a great day ahead. And please feel free to contact us through any of these email IDs. Thank you, everyone.